Welcome to the software demonstration of the Accela Planning Civic application. The Accela Civic application for planning is a ready-to-use application with predefined record types, workflows, automation, reports and dashboards that aim in fast-tracking the approval process for site plan reviews and land use entitlements. We are going to start by looking at the plan submission process. Developers, contractors, and builders can submit their application through an easy-to-use online portal. They can upload required documents and make a payment using a secured gateway. This is Accela's premium citizen access portal. Applicants can access this portal from standard browsers. It is responsive design, and the website will adjust to the screen size of the user's device. The customer portal is ADA compliant and supports different languages such as Spanish and Mandarin. It has a very modern look and feel that allows for a very intuitive user experience. There are several activities that an applicant can do on this website. They can search for all the calendar events for the city agencies, such as city hearing meetings, planning board meetings, and council meetings. These tiles here are the digital front door to all the services that the agency wants to offer to their citizens. Depending on what the applicant is here to do, when they click on a tile, it now takes them into the online journey. Today, we are here to apply for a subdivision planning application. There's a general disclaimer that I need to read and check the box. This is now the beginning of the intake form. The first thing I would like you to see or notice here in the top is this page flow, which splits the online form into small consumable chunks and places them on pages of their own, so that there's only one thing in one page. These pages flow logically from the applicant's perspective. The map-based interface allows the applicant to view and locate their project location on a map. The native tools such as pan, zoom in, or zoom out can be used to locate the parcel and select it on the map. Alternatively, the applicant can also enter the street address. When the parcel is selected or the street address is entered, the system will search and validate the address from the agency's GIS address database and bring in the associated spatial data into the form, saving a lot of time. It also ensures that the parcel and owner information is accurate. I can save this form to this point and pick it up from where I left, or I can continue. The system is now going to pull the contact information from the applicant's account. I can also list multiple contacts. There's no limitation on the contact types or the number of contacts that I can associate to this application. I can also add licensed professionals such as general contractors, electrical contractors, architects, or engineers to my project. Here I can start describing my proposed work. The red asterisk indicates that the field is required. The fields are clearly labeled. They are required or mandatory fields to ensure that the form is complete. Data entry is made easy through tools such as checkboxes or radio buttons and drop-downs, and this makes the user experience interactive and very easy. I can also further add more information such as the bonds that I'm submitting along with this project. Or if there's any proposed use detail that I want to provide along with this application, I can provide that as well. Here, I can now upload documents in a single click. These are your site plans, utility drawings, contractor licenses, and any other documents that are needed for a subdivision. The system requires me to select the document type from this drop-down to ensure that all required documents are provided. And finally, this is my review page. The system puts all the multi-page information in a summary and allows the applicant to preview or edit their information before submitting it. If no changes, I can check this box to provide consent to the terms and conditions. Think of this as a digital e-signature, a date and timestamps. We are now ready to make a payment. Fees can be assessed at the intake level or throughout the life cycle of the planning application. An administrative fee of $675 is assessed at the intake step. This application has a very e-commerce style payment setup. It allows applicants to make a bulk payment or remove applications that they are not yet ready to make a payment for. The system accepts different kinds of payment, such as credit card, bank accounts, as well as trust or escrow accounts. Today, we are going to use a credit card for this transaction. The system is PCI compliant. It now provides an acknowledgement and a record number for the applicant to track the progress at any time in the review process. This concludes our tour of the Accela Citizen portal. To recap, I showed you an applicant's view and experience to submit a subdivision application through a responsive, browser-based portal. We provided project details, we uploaded documents, and payment using a credit card. Next, I'm going to show you the Accela staff portal, which is also a browser-based portal that agency staff will use to route, assign, and approve tasks. We will look at GIS, dashboards, and analytics. This is the browser-based staff portal. Accela is a user role-based system, and depending on the user's role in the organization, permissions can be established. Users get varying levels of access based on their roles and responsibilities. This protects sensitive data and ensures that employees can access only information they have access to or need to do their jobs. When the user logs in, this dashboard displays all the tasks that are assigned to that user. Each container or task contains high-level details of that project: when it was submitted, the workflow step it currently is in, the due date, and the total number of active workflow steps. The advantage of this dashboard is that it shows the status of multiple tasks in a single screen. Through Accela's partnership with Esri, we provide the users with a seamless user experience to GIS on the Accela platform. The agency's GIS is integrated with the Accela platform using a live bidirectional interface that consumes the GIS data that the agency publishes in either ArcGIS server or online. This allows real-time access to the data. On the right, I have the native GIS tools such as zoom in, zoom out, or pan, the base maps that the product gets shipped with, and below here are all the GIS layers that the agency is publishing. Users have fine control on which GIS layers they want to make viewable and which ones they want to make selectable. The search bar here on the left allows the user to search by address or parcel number. When the address is entered, the address locator finds the best matches and the system geolocates and zooms right into that location on the map. The geocoder will try to get a precise location, but if the address is not accurate, the functionality will automatically match to the next best level. After the address has been selected or located, the user can select the parcel associated with that address. The parcel number is shown here on the top, and right below there are actions that the user can now take. For example, they can create a new application, they can show records, which allows the user to see all the transactions at this particular address. This gives that user a 20,000 feet operational overview of all the transactions. It provides the user with the geographical context and location-based data of other departments. So now there's no conflicting data because all the users are sharing and seeing the same information. For your planning projects, the buffer select allows the user to identify all the addresses within a certain distance from the proposed project. Once those parcels or addresses are selected or identified, the system will automatically create the mailing labels and the public notices. We are now ready to review the subdivision application. The subdivision application here is subdivision number 20, number 3. Right here, top, front, and center are the key details of that subdivision application. It shows the name of the application, the status, the location, and the contact information. The system splits the screen into 3 windows. I still have access to all my modules. I have access to a file folder structure, which groups content and project details in specific folders that are easy for any reviewer to access. And then access to the workflow is conveniently located here on the top right. This is the agency's review process that follows a step from application intake to approval. Each workflow task is assigned to a reviewer. They can provide the hours for each task, and these hours can also be used for reporting purposes. When the task owner is done with their due diligence, like in this case, the planning tech has reviewed and checked the accurateness and completeness of their submitted application, they can make a decision sign-off by selecting a status from this drop-down. Depending on the decision and the city's business rules, the workflow will advance to the next step. It now moves to the planning department, where David from the planning department will start reviewing the plan sets and any information that was submitted as part of the original application. All the information and project details that David needs to review are available on these folders. The planner can review the site plans and provide comments as well as markups. When the planner is ready to make the decision, they can select the status from this drop-down. They can also add additional comments using the standard library of comments. Comments can also be added ad hoc. After the planner has signed off on his review, the workflow moves back to the planning tech, who prepares the decision letter and notifies the applicant. The system's reporting tool and templates can be used to create the notification letters. The letters can be formatted in the right size with the agency's logos and signatures. The workflows can also track any appeal process. If the Planning Hearing Commission approved this application and is not appealed, the system will now trigger a workflow task to record the plat and completes the case. So we just walked through an entire workflow for a subdivision approval process. The completed steps are shown in green, all the way from intake to Planning Commission hearing meeting, as well as plat recording and case closure. Once the workflow is completed, the system will automatically change the status of this application. With our partnership with Microsoft, we offer a dashboard tool that is powered by Microsoft Power BI. Using these interactive dashboards, users can visualize key performance metrics in a single page. The dashboard is a collection of various data sets that are processed to reveal patterns or trends that will help agencies to track their business performance and see the areas they need to improve. Dashboards can be strategic, like this one, that shows the total revenue achieved in the last 5 years, the total number of projects, and the average days that these projects were open. The chart below shows the distribution of these projects across those 5 years and the distribution of those revenues across those 5 years. We can further break down this revenue based on particular planning record types. The data can also be represented in a map. This map-based visualization allows the viewer to quickly grasp patterns that are not obvious with tables. These visually appealing maps are easy to understand and gives the users more insight into their data. One of the great features of the Power BI dashboard is the way all these visuals on a report page are interconnected. If you select a data point on any one of these visuals, all the other visuals on that page that contain the same data will change based on your selection. I can select multiple levels of data. So to reiterate, these dashboards are a powerful tool to help visualize multiple streams of data in key metrics. Interactive tools such as filters allow the user to slice the data to their unique needs. So to conclude, we looked at the agency staff portal. The task dashboard displays a real-time status of multiple tasks in a single window. The integrated GIS allows a seamless collaboration and data sharing across multiple departments. The workflow routing auto-assigns tasks and allows for unified interdepartmental collaboration. And the interactive dashboards display KPIs across multiple tiers or organizational or departmental data. That concludes our presentation of the Accela Civic Planning application. Thank you.